What is good, YouTube? Good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. And today in this video, as you can tell by the title and thumbnail, I finally have received my brand new wheels for my GTI. So as you can see, I have the wheels right here sitting in their boxes, and as you can see, it says Kansai. I ended up going with a brand new wheel from Kansai that they just released recently that I absolutely just fell in love with. This wheel is beautiful in my opinion, and it's going to fit this setup for the GTI perfectly, and it's just a placeholder for right now. They're good wheels, they make good wheels, they're strong. I mean, look at the tandems. Their tandems are everywhere. I've seen them on so many cars, I've seen people abuse them, and they just build all around a good wheel. And as you can see, I even have another set right here. Well, the boxes are empty, but I just bought my wife some for her Jetta, which if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It is on my page. But I'm gonna quit yapping. I'm gonna get to unboxing one of these and show you which wheel I ended up picking up. Okay, so getting into it, a lot of you guys are gonna know exactly kind of which wheel that this one is inspired by as soon as you guys see it. But I will say that I think it has its own characteristics that kind of set it apart from the wheel that is inspired by. So let me get it set up and shoot you guys some little cinematic clips, and I'll get more into the wheels. So there you guys have it. The new wheels that I will be running for at least the foreseeable future. This wheel is the Kansai 7. Kansai just released it not that long ago, and as soon as I saw the reveal video, I instantly fell in love. I don't know what it was or what it is about these wheels that I love, because to be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of RPF 1s, and clearly these take inspiration from that wheel. But I do think they look pretty different, especially when it comes to the face and the spokes. There's obviously it's a 7 split spoke design instead of 6, and the spokes are raised up off the face. They're concave instead of flat. So yeah, I definitely think it has its own characteristics that kind of set it apart, and I just think this wheel is going to fit this car super well, especially once I get the fitment that I want dialed in with it. I do want to give a huge shout out to Kansai themselves and Martini Works, because that is who I ordered the wheels from. And I only did that because they had like a little offer of throwing in a free set of center caps, which those are the ones I went with. Don't know if I'm going to run them yet. I kind of want some white ones to go with the calipers since I just got those painted white. But I don't know. I'm going to see how it all looks when I get it on the car. But for some specifications on the wheels, I got a 5x114, 18 by 9.5 plus 22. So the specs should be perfect for the amount of camber I want. For the amount of camber I want to run, which is about -10, -11. And if you're wondering why I chose 5x114, that is just in case in the future, if I do want to sell these, it'll be that much easier for me to sell. I do run a stud conversion on my car for me to run 5x114, if any of you guys were curious. But yeah, so the rest of this video, I'm going to kind of mess around with some of the suspension stuff, do a little bit of test fitting. Obviously, I won't fully know what I want to do because there's no tires on them yet. So I just figured for now, I'll kind of do some rough test fitting and kind of go from there. So yeah, let's get to it. So first up, I am going to be starting with the rear because I've kind of roughly test fitted them on the front, but I do have to fix some things with the front coilovers, and I have not at all put them on the rear to see what they look like yet. So I am going to start there. As for the front, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. I recently ended up getting helper springs put on my coilovers, and I put them on top instead of on bottom. I don't know if that really matters or not. So even if it does or doesn't, I'm going to take these back apart and put the helper spring on the bottom just to be sure, because I just don't want to have to do it again in the future. And the car is everything's just loosely put together, so it shouldn't take me too long to do. So I'm going to get this camera set up and we're going to start messing around with the rear. So starting with the rear, I am going to be kind of roughly setting this to what I think is going to be about -10 and getting it bolted back together. I don't have it bolted up right now because right here is the caliper carrier bolt, and this was in the way of the ratchet, so I had to undo it. So I'm going to snug these down real quick and get this kind of roughly where I want it, and we'll go with test fit in the wheel. All right, let's get these carrier bolts kind of tightened back down here. I'm super stoked that I'm finally getting this all put back together. The brakes have honestly been like the longest part of this process by far, to be honest. So I'm glad that that's all finally coming to an end. Top one is tight. Just gotta find the bottom one. I can do the camber arm, which I think I'll need the jack for. Only thing that no, it should be fine actually. I ended up taking one of my locking collars off of the camber arms, and now I can't find them, but I don't think it should matter. If it does, I will be sure to try and find it to put it back on. All right, I'm gonna take these lug nuts off so I can slide the wheel on. Right now with the car being in the air, it says it's sitting at -9, which should kind of give me a little, like a rough idea of how it'll sit. But I know when the car is under its full weight, it's gonna give me a little bit more camber. So let me grab the wheel, throw this on, and we'll see what it's looking like. I really need to get hub centric rings, but that should be fine. It's pretty close to the shock, but we should be good. Let's see how that looks. Woo, that looks damn good. I don't know if you guys can see the vision yet, but that is gonna look killer. I don't really like how far it's sitting in. I kind of want to pull it out a little bit more, but again, this is just kind of me getting a rough idea of what I'll need to do, and I think that looks pretty good. If the measurement is right or accurate, that should be about -9. I definitely need to pull it out just a little bit, but. All right, so I went ahead and threw the jack underneath the car, as you can see, and kind of jacked up the lower control arm to kind of give it the look as if the car was under its full weight on the ground. So I will show you guys kind of what that looks like. This jack is broke, so it's not wanting to stay up. 1 second here. All right, that is all the way up, and this is roughly kind of how low it'll be. Not too bad. Again, it's rough for me, or it's hard for me to tell if I'm gonna like it or not because I don't see the car on the ground, but I think that looks pretty damn good. I definitely think that's more than -10, so when I come back to the next clip, or when I turn the camera off, I'm going to measure it to kind of see where it's sitting at, but I definitely think that looks super good. I'm gonna get that front wheel thrown on to kind of see if it's matching the front or not. Then I'll kind of be able to tell if this is -10 or not, because I know right now the front is sitting exactly at -10 with the camber sleeves and my RCAs. I've not even touched the top hat yet, so let me unbox another wheel and we'll throw that on and see if it matches. I've not even unboxed any of these other wheels yet. I've only unboxed the one. I'm so excited to get these on. Seeing that rear wheel on there just kind of made me even more excited to get tires on these things. But let's go ahead and unbox these. If you want to know what comes in their boxes, you get, each box comes with a big like Kansai sticker and a small one. I don't even know if I'm going to use these or not, but it's cool to have them. I can put them on my toolbox. Comes with a notice that says important, and that's pretty much about it. And then your stuff that packages the wheels, obviously. That off. Boom. Wheel number 2. I'm gonna move you guys closer while I put this front wheel on. So that is, ooh, that's actually, oh, it's because there's a plastic thing around it. I was like, that's really close to the strut. It wasn't like that before, but it's because that was on there. That's really close to the strut. I'll see if I can show you guys that, but which honestly, the front looks super good. Like I said, it's sitting like right at -10. If not, it's like -9.8, 9.9, but front looks good. Let me move this out of the way. Boom. Both of those on there. That looks absolutely fire, honestly. Let me go back here. Oh yeah. See, I'm telling you guys, this shit is gonna look so good. Very just like OEM plus, but super, super stylish. Let me see if I can show you guys the fitment of the wheel to the strut. I don't know if I can show you guys or not. You guys can kind of see that is super close, which is perfect. I got 34Ks all around, so that should not hit at all. I'm gonna jack up the front wheel with another jack to kind of mimic it being like on the ground. So let me do that real quick and I'll get back with you guys. Okay, so as you can see, I have the jack underneath there holding up the lower control arm. This jack is also broke, so it's not going to be very accurate. But as you can see, about like, I don't know, I'd say like an inch of gap between the fender and the lip. And again, with that, I don't know if I'm going to be adding a degree of camber or not, because I don't know what my turn radius will look like once I get tires on. But kind of seeing these roughly jacked up, it just looks damn good. Looks pretty even. If not, there's a little more camber in the front. I think it's kind of hard to tell through the camera, but I think this is gonna look absolutely amazing. I'm gonna keep messing with the rear camber arm just to try and get it as close as I can to matching the front, and then get the bolts thrown in and get it all tightened up. So the car is pretty much sitting as well as it can right now with it being on jack stands. Again, obviously, like I just said, I won't truly know what the fitment is looking like until I get tires on the wheels, get the car under its full weight. But I'm gonna throw a couple clips in here of how everything is looking, and be sure to let me know what you guys think. So here you go. There you have it for the new wheels that I will be throwing on the GTI for this next setup. I am absolutely stoked with how it looks just being on jack stand, so I can't even imagine what it's going to look when it's on the ground. I do have a couple more things that I forgot to mention, and that being the center cap. So obviously, like I said in the beginning, they threw me in a free set of red gel center caps, which this front wheel, if you guys just saw, I ended up putting them on. Let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of torn about it. I think it looks really good and it'll flow with the car well, because my lip kit has these badges on it that have red, and then I also went ahead and threw my red badge on the front. And again, like I said, on the lip kit, there's some right there. So I think if I just kind of have little spots of red around the car, it'll tie in nicely. The other thing I thought of was either just leaving them silver, or they have a white set of center caps like these where it's white instead of red. So I could do those to match the brakes. I don't know yet. I've also even thought about paint matching the GTI badges that I plan on throwing back onto the car. But I don't know yet. It's all kind of just like ideas in my head. I probably won't really know what I want to do until I get the car out, kind of put everything on and see what it looks like. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please smash that like button, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think about the new wheels. I absolutely love them, like I said, and I cannot wait to get this car out in the daylight. I know this is a short video, but again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry if I sound like a broken record. I'm super stoked right now. But until the next video, I will talk to you guys then. You all be safe. Peace.